Hello, and welcome back to some more Halo Infinite Versus. This is GamingMagic13 here.
And GroupUnicorn71.
And we are going to be back here again with more of this Halo Infinite Versus. Last time we played through the first two missions of the campaign, and it went surprisingly well. Tremonius, we both got through moderately quickly, I'd say. We got all the collectibles, and now that we've gotten those collectibles, it's going to be a bit more of a competitive ranking, because now, for the first two missions, we were kind of working together to make sure neither of us missed any of the collectibles, but now that we're in the open world, it's going to be a bit more every man for himself kind of thing. So, I'm excited. I'm looking forward to seeing how this goes, because the other thing is that for the first two missions, our perspectives are kind of going to be the same, whereas for moving forward in the open world, I imagine we'll be doing radically different things. Like, once we get out of Outpost Tremonius, what's your game plan for starting to do some of the stuff in the open world?
I normally do, for this playthrough, I'll probably do everything that benefits me, and, like, save, like, the clothing stuff, or not clothing.
Armor lockers?
Yeah, armor lockers for, like, when I finish the game, just so I could, like, go through them quickly with, like, a wasp and get out everything, but...
Yeah. And
should be good.
To provide further
Probably
clarification,
do the same thing you're doing.
To provide further clarification as to what he's saying, there's a system in this game called Valor, for those who don't know, where Valor, as you play and complete missions, your Valor goes up and allows you to unlock better and better weapons and vehicles at the FOB stations, which are forward operating bases. You can call them the weapons and vehicles. Not everything gives you Valor. For instance, collecting Spartan cores doesn't give you Valor. Collecting armor lockers doesn't give you Valor. But rescuing Marine squads does. Shooting down propaganda towers does. And taking out Banished Outposts and completing main missions does. So those things will give you Valor, which makes them a bit more important compared to the other stuff. Now, obviously, Spartan cores are important because it allows you to get upgrades. Namely, the upgrading the grapple shot is an important thing to get this goddamn cooldown so that it doesn't take 5 years to recharge the thing. That's going to be my priority in terms of upgrading things. So yeah, my strategy is probably going to be I'm probably going to be making more progress on the main missions quicker, just so I can get more of the open world unlocked to me at a given time. I'm still going to do some stuff, like I'm going to do ransom keep initially. But I'll probably save, also HVTs, I'll probably save till later, just so I can wait till I have better weapons and stuff unlocked to take those out. That's gonna be my general plan of attack, but yeah, it should be interesting to see how it goes. Of course, clearing out Outpost Tremonius is can be tough, just because of how much space there is to move around. Also, did you grab either of Tremonius' weapons from after you got them?
Oh, I didn't.
I grabbed the Hydra specifically so I can lock onto this turret and take it out immediately. And I also grabbed the Bulldog because I particularly happen to like the Bulldog a lot. It's reached, so I guess I can ask you that. What are your thoughts on the Bulldog? Because it's basically the replacement for the standard shotgun for this game.
I haven't used it that much. I'm not much of a shotgun guy, so...
Fair enough.
It's just personal preference.
Well, in that case, I guess a better question would be thoughts on the Halo Infinite sniper, because you are pretty much notorious for being the sniper in our little tag team duo, whereas I tend to go more close and personal, but you're much better at staying back and sniping. So, how would you rank the sniper compared to previous incarnations of it?
Probably one of the better ones. I would just like a little bit more ammo to carry, because even though I like the sniper, I like the skewer way more. Just because it one-shots mostly everything if you hit a headshot. So
yeah.
I prefer the skewer, but the sniper is actually pretty good as well.
I like the punching. Like, the sound effect definitely helps to making it sound really punchy and effective.
Yeah.
But also, I've actually seen some people have been less favorable towards the Infinite Sniper, and I don't know what your thoughts on this are, but I've heard people say that it has less aim assist than it usually does. Have you noticed that at all in using it?
I don't think so.
Because I can't, I mean, I'm so accustomed to Halo's aiming that I honestly just don't even notice the aim assist at all. But as someone who's more familiar with Siege's aiming, I imagine you would probably, if there was a change, you'd probably notice a more significant difference in that regard. Yeah, Infinite Sniper, I think people have just had a harder time aiming with it. I have not noticed that, but yeah, so I wanted to get your general thoughts on how that was. Oh god. I might have blundered significantly. Oh god. I'm fine. Somehow. The other thing, as for the skewer, originally I was kind of opposed to the skewer, just because it was I had such a hard time actually aiming it, because obviously you have one, it's like a one in the chamber thing. You have one shot to hit your target, and if you miss, then it takes so long to reload. But that's kind of the skill involved, like the risk versus reward. It's really very powerful and rewarding if you can hit your target. It's just actually hitting it that's the important thing. I've gotten more use out of it for actually killing standard enemies in campaign, but multiplayer-wise, it is a vehicle shredder. Specifically on the bigger maps like Behemoth, and the launch site one, like the one that we hate, the one that is just like you always get one flag CTF when you play on it, and the way it works is, it's basically, pretty much all of our matches on that map ended in a stalemate, because it's just so hard for the defending team to push the people defending the flag. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, but on that map specifically, that's the other thing with Infinite's multiplayer, is that what weapon you have, because used to be in Halo, the weapons on each map would always be stagnant, and that it would never change, and you would always be able to expect, oh, this map has this weapon in this location. But in Infinite, they change somewhat. Like with each time you play, it'll have a rotation of certain maps and equipment pieces that spawn in each time. So sometimes you'll get the sniper, and other times you'll get the skewer. And if you get the skewer, then there's basically no point to even using vehicles, because so long as the person using the skewer isn't actually garbage, you can pretty consistently be able to nail those shots that you need to. Which works out nicely a lot of the time. Oh dear. And even just the ability to stun enemies with the grapple shot works out nicely. All the upgrades. That's one thing. Going back to using the not as powerful versions of all the the equipment pieces, is a bit rough after playing through the campaign and getting everything fully upgraded. It's kind of hard to revert back to square one sometimes. Yeah. Specifically in regards to how often did you use the threat sensor when you played?
I used it a decent amount of times, but no, I didn't rely on it too much.
Did you
only used it if there were invisible elites and annoying stuff.
Did you ever fully upgrade it?
Yeah, I fully upgraded everything. Okay, yeah.
So that's the thing that makes a threat sensor nice, is just for being able to see how much health they have. Specifically for hunters, the ability to see how much health the hunters have left was always very helpful. And also, you know the brutes that have scrap cannons, which are those big, yeah, those are also helpful because they have so much health. Specifically, the ones at the end of the conservatory mission were a massive pain in the rear end to deal with. So it's nice to be able to see their health bars with the threat sensor. But the drop wall, I mean, really everything. I keep wanting to name different equipment pieces, but they all worked so useful once you get them upgraded. The drop wall mainly because it gives you instant shock damage to every single thing, every weapon even grenades. That basically every grenade you have becomes a dynamo grenade when you use the drop wall, because anything that goes through it gets immediate shock damage. But also the thruster gives you invisibility when you fully upgrade it. So it's hard to pick. If I had to pick, I mean, I'd probably still pick if I had to pick my favorite piece of equipment, it's probably still going to be the grapple shot. Just because of the sheer versatility you can use with it, but it's still close. I will say, though, I don't know how often you've experienced this, but I would get screwed over a lot of the time, just because, if I tried to grapple a weapon towards me, I would grapple the ground right next to the weapon and not the weapon itself, which would get me killed. Or vice versa, I would be trying to escape by grappling away, and instead I would grapple a weapon that's on the ground right near where I was trying to get away. So those two things would happen somewhat. But I think I would still say the grapple is probably the most versatile of all the equipment pieces, which...
Yeah, I love the grapple.
I will say...
It's so nice for movement.
Yeah, especially in an open world game like this. I was worried that, oh no, I might be dead here. Nope, I'm still alive somehow. I was worried that going back to older Halo games might be hard, not always having the ability to grapple around, but honestly, I guess because I'm so used to each individual Halo's movement patterns, I don't even notice the absence at all. Like, I've never tried, because sometimes what'll happen in multiplayer is I'll fall off a cliff and I'll just instinctively grapple back onto the ledge, whereas I don't try to do that in other Halo games, which is nice. Alright, I have cleared Outpost Tremonius, and I am calling in the pilot.
Okay, I just got him landed.
That's another thing with multiplayer, is just the fact that you don't always have the equipment pieces, so you have to find them. Like, I'm so used to just having the grapple in campaign.
Yeah, I wish it would, like, default give you grapple.
The only fear I have there is that it might become more, I don't know what the right word is, less grounded than Halo typically is, because then it might turn into more of a Titanfall, fast-paced wall running kind of thing, as opposed to the more grounded arena-style combat that Halo's typically used to. For big team battle, that might be cool, just because of how much bigger the maps are, or maybe give you, by default, one grapple. Like, maybe by default give you a single grapple charge. That might be a good middle ground.
Because ranked, you get the BR instead of the assault rifle, so you should get, like, an equipment piece as well for free instead of running around with the chicken with your head cut off.
I also kind of wish that the repulsor was in campaign, because that's one thing in multiplayer that is really useful. Both in terms of, one of the most satisfying things in the world is repulsing people off the map. Like, you'll get someone close to the edge and you just repulse them off. Or just using it to make jumps, like looking down on the ground and then repulsing downward to launch yourself upward. Or squishing people against the wall. But it's not in campaign, which is unfortunate.
Yeah.
And I think the reason why it's not in campaign is literally just because of the amount of options you have on your controller. Because the way that equipment works is that you use the equipment switcher, where you use right, up, down, and left in the D-pad in order to switch to things. But obviously, if they added a fifth piece of equipment, then you wouldn't have any way to switch to it. Which just kind of makes me wish they did away with the equipment switcher and instead used how it always has been, which is that you just push the D-pad arrows to cycle between equipment pieces. Because that's what it was in previous games. In fact, what I might have done is I might have made it so that left and right cycles between equipment and up and down cycles between grenades, or something like that. That's kind of what, I don't know if you've ever heard of this, but Dragon's Lair 3D is, like, my favorite game of all time for the original Xbox. It does that with arrows. You have a crossbow in that game, but you also have a bunch of essences, which are kind of like equipment in this game. And you use the D-pad there, you use right and left to switch essences, and up and down to switch arrow types, because there's different, kind of like there's different types of ammo in this game, there's different types of arrows in that game. Wow. I wish it was something like that, because then I could just, like, mash through them until I get what I want, instead of fumbling with the equipment switcher to put, like, right up or right down. Because what's annoying is that, like, if you want to check to see if you have dynamo grenades, you'll press left to open the grenade switcher, and then you'll press right to get dynamo grenades, but then you don't have any, so you open the equipment switcher, and then you have to wait for that to close before you can switch to the grenade type you want. It's a process.
Yeah.
Alright, I have boarded the Pelican and I'm en route to Fob Golf.
Same.
I am not looking forward to the battle against the hunters in that northern island up there.
Is this classified?
Did you get... You didn't get all the skulls in your playthrough, right?
No.
Okay.
Because I started an easy playthrough to get all the skulls, and I just got bored. So I said, I'm just not going to get all the skulls.
Yeah, playing on easy can be a little... Like, I sped through it on my easy playthrough just to get it done in a certain amount of time, but playing on easy kind of makes it I don't know, I guess
It
boring.
just got boring. It just got boring after like the third mission. I'm like, I don't really need 100%. I'm just gonna no. That's why I did it on Legendary first, because I want to challenge myself, and I thought I could replay campaign missions like you can in like every other open world game, but I was mistaken. I was extremely mistaken. So, I like 100% of the game as much as I could 100% the game. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, if I have to pick one thing, I would probably nail down, well, mission select is a big one, but if I have to pick one thing to add to the game, it's probably campaign co-op, honestly. That's the thing I want more than anything else right now. I mean, well, obviously I want further campaign expansions, but in terms of features and not necessarily additional content, I would like to be able to play through the campaign with you on co-op, is what I'm looking forward to.
Yeah.
But mission replay is also great as well. It's just such a weird thing that they didn't include, I guess. It's like I'm assuming... I'm assuming it's the fact that it's open world that is limiting their abilities to do that. But, you know, we'll see what it... Like, the ability to replay missions because of the fresh starts and all that. We'll see what becomes of it at some point in the future. I don't think they're going to add it in Season 2, so I don't know. I just want... I want to see the roadmap of what the game's going to look like.
Yeah.
Because once we get an idea of what they're working on and what they're prioritizing, that'll, I think, mitigate the weight somewhat. Because the big thing right now is that we just don't know what's coming. Well, I mean, we know Season 2 is going to have a new mode, and then one new map for Arena and one new map for Big Team Battle. But we don't know what else is going to be there. We don't know what they're looking for the horizon for future seasons. So I think that's a big thing they could do to kind of mitigate fan pushback somewhat, is just the ability to know what's coming next for the game.
Okay.
So hopefully we see that to some extent. Although I will say, 343 said that they have a priority 0 working mindset, which basically means that they prioritize the safety and the health of their workers above all else, meaning that if they have to push something back so that they don't have to push their workers to go overtime to make it, then they're going to do it. Like, they'd rather it come out later and better, rather than rush it out the door and push the employees to their breaking point just to get it done. Which I think is a great mindset to have. Because something that's far too prevalent in the industry is the idea of video game crunch culture, where developers are just pushed to their breaking points to try to get things done by a certain mandated release date by the publishers, who are like, hey, we gotta get our Christmas sales in. Which is unfortunate. Speaking of unfortunate, though, the fact that we have to sit through this tutorial every time.
Yeah, it's really annoying.
I don't know, are you in the tutorial right now, or are you already broken past it?
I just got out of it.
Okay, I'm still...
So we're, like, at the same place.
Yeah, she's still telling me about the HVT. I think that's the last thing she has to tell me about. Oh, no, she's telling me about Spartan cores now. And squads. Okay, yeah, I know about all the squads. You can tell me... I think one thing I wish they had is I wish they made it so that if you play on Legendary, you don't need to, like, you skip the tutorial by default.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
That's one thing they did for Halo Combat Evolved, is if you played on anything other than Legendary, you would have to play the tutorial. But if you played on Legendary specifically, then the game assumed, oh, if you're playing on the highest difficulty, then you must know what you're doing. So we're gonna go ahead and let you skip the tutorial, and you can just get into the game, which is nice. I kind of wish this game did it as well, just because I don't. Like, I already know all the way the TAC map works and all the side quests and everything. I don't need to go through it all again. Thanks, though. I keep wanting to call her Cortana. I keep wanting to say thanks, Cortana, but she's not. Well, I mean, I say she's not Cortana, but then I keep going back to whether she actually is or not, because there's I'm still not completely convinced of myself, because, like I said, my working theory right now is that she's, like, merged with Cortana, based on, the fact that she's just merged, like, with all the dust and echoes of Cortana's remains all around the place. But I don't know whether that's confirmed or not, because it seems... I can make a case in both directions. I think it's all but confirmed that that's what they're going for, because, I mean, the other thing is at the end of the game, you know when she says, "What then? I think I might have the perfect one," when asked about what her name should be. What did you think they were implying there, before I lead the witness on this one?
I have decided, I don't know.
Because my immediate thought when I heard that line of dialogue was, oh, so they're implying that her new name is going to be Cortana then. Like, that's the implication they're going for there. So if that is what they're going for, then it would seem to make sense in terms of that's what they want to do, is that they wanted to make it that the weapon is Cortana's second chance to make amends, kind of thing. So I can see that being the case. And also, I think Steve Downs, who's the voice of Master Chief, has even said in an interview that, like, that was the intended effect of they want you to think that her name's gonna be Cortana. But, inversely, I think that they've made it deliberately open-ended enough to the point where they want to gauge people's reactions to it. Like, they want to see how people react to the idea of her being Cortana before actually fully committing to it by naming her that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think that might be what's going on there. Which I can't really fault them for. Given how Halo 5's reception was, I can't necessarily blame them for trying to take it nice and safe and make sure they know with absolute certainty that people are on board with their decisions moving forward. But we'll see how that unfolds in future. Okay. I have rescued a group of Marine squads. What are you up to?
I'm getting the other fob currently.
Oh, Fob Foxtrot?
Being blown up by nades once again. Which is fun, I guess. Depends on what your idea of fun is.
Also, do you find yourself accidentally turning on the headlight every now and again?
Wait, what did you say?
Do you find yourself do you find yourself accidentally turning on your flashlight every now and again?
There's a flashlight?
Push up on the D-pad. You might not be able to tell because it's daytime, but look at like a dark wall or something.
Oh. Yeah, I see it.
Yeah, so
Oh no, I don't think I've ever turned on my flashlight.
So what'll often happen with me is that I will instinctively try to equip like plasma grenades, because plasma grenades are bound to up on the D-pad. But I won't have any, and because I don't have any, the game defaults to the standard input for the up arrow, which is the flashlight. So I oftentimes end up accidentally activating it, or even in just fumbling around with the D-pad to try to switch to what I want anyway, because the equipment switcher sucks, and I hate it, is that I will accidentally hit it regardless, trying to equip something else. Because, like, on paper, it shouldn't be that hard. It's kind of like Smash combos, where it's like right and up is the thruster, right and down is the threat sensor and all that. But it's just the fact that in the heat of the moment, because the D-pad can go diagonally with directions, it can be a bit frustrating to actually hit what you want to hit.
Yeah.
Okay, I am about to destroy the silos in Ransom Keep, and I have no materials to do that with, because I don't have any plasma grenades to stick them with. Is that a sniper somewhere? Thought I saw a sniper. Pretty sure I saw the red line of a sniper somewhere. Well, I'll cross that bridge.
Snipers for Ransom Keep, so careful.
Yeah, I'm sure they're around here somewhere, I just don't see them. I will say, it's at least nice that, because in Halo 2, you can't even see that there are any Jackal Snipers until it's too late, but at least in this game, you can see the red line that lets you know exactly where they are.
Yeah.
It's just I don't always have time to react in the heat of the moment. Oh wait, you survived that? Okay, okay. The elite survived that. I stuck an elite with a spike grenade. I thought it would kill him. Evidently, it did not. He survived the blow somehow. Oh, that's a rocket launcher. I'll take that. I have something to blow up the things with now. Cool. Also, how much have you seen about the Halo TV show?
Nothing so far.
I
haven't watched it.
One thing I'm not too jazzed about is that they recast Steve Downes as the voice of the Master Chief.
They what?
Yeah, so
finding stuff.
It's fine. So, oh god, I found a sniper. Oh no, damn it! First sniper death at Ransom Keep. For the Halo TV show, Steve Downes is not reprising his role as Master Chief, but Jen Taylor is reprising her role as Cortana.
Oh.
Which I mean, thing is, I think that both their voices are intrinsic to Halo. Like, I genuinely cannot imagine anybody else playing the characters as well as they have, because I think they have two of the most iconic voices in the gaming industry.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just, the thought of someone else playing Chief is kind of weird, but even beyond that, I just don't personally think the actor that they got even could play the role, because I'm sure there is another actor on the planet, I'm sure, that could play the Chief really well, but the actor like, you know, sometimes you're like, this is a good actor and they're really talented, but they're not the right person for this specific role.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of how I feel about...
Yeah.
This is almost... Okay, hold on. I almost got sniped mid-cutscene. That's kind of how I feel about Pablo Schreiber as the role of the Master Chief. He's a really good actor. He was in a show called Defending Jacob. I don't know if you've seen it. But
I don't watch that much TV, so...
Fair enough. It's a show about a kid who gets accused of murder, and then it's like the journey of the mystery of who done it and kind of proving his innocence and that kind of thing. So Pablo Schreiber plays the prosecutor in that show, and he's really good. Genuinely a very talented actor that I wish great success in his life. But he's not... Like, his performance in that show proved to me you are a great actor, but you do not have the demeanor to play a character like the Master Chief. Which isn't really an insult to their acting. I don't think that's an insult to their acting ability. I think it's just, like, you as a person do not have the... Your demeanor doesn't match what the Master Chief should be, you know? I guess it's kind of like... I guess it'd be kind of like asking, you don't know who this is, but Cassandra Lee Mortis voices... She voiced Laura the Fawn in the Spyro games, which is like a friendly sidekick character kind of thing. She also voiced the sidekick Cat in Persona 5 and Hina in Danganronpa. So she has, like, the types of characters she plays, it'd be kind of like asking her, hey, can you play the character of Ursula? And you'd be like, maybe someone else for this role, you think? It seems like a very odd choice to cast this character in that role. Man, the elites are aggressive as hell. That elite chased me all the way around the corner to get me. Which I mean, I'd prefer... What's up over there? You in the middle of an intense combat scenario?
Yeah, I just killed this stupid idiot drunk.
If I were to guess, I'm guessing you're going around on a core hunting mission?
Yeah.
I'm just taking out the Ransom Keep because it's the... I want the Valor. I think you get like 100 Valor for every outpost you take down. So I'm doing this now. Also, just because it's right next to the fob, figured I'd knock this out of the way. And you get a Scorpion for beating this mission, so I kind of want to take the Scorpion with me when I leave.
Funny thing, I never used, like, until I unlocked the Wasp, I never used any of the vehicles.
Really?
I just never used them. Because the grapple is just so fun to use. I would just teleport to a fob, use the weapons, and then, like, be done. If that makes any sense. I just grapple everywhere. It's just it's more fun.
I can see that, definitely. But, I mean, like, the sheer power of a Scorpion is something that I just can't overlook, you know?
Yeah.
That's kind of what I'm working toward in terms of Valor. I want to be able to unlock the Scorpion at the fob stations. I will say, it does kind of break the game somewhat, because the ability to call in a Scorpion for every encounter from a fob does kind of make it a little broken, but at the same time, it's a lot of fun, so You know, it doesn't break the game in a way that's unfair for the player. It just makes it more fun. So I think it's fine on that note. Because obviously, somewhat of the challenge is mitigated if you can always call in a Scorpion whenever you want, but it also makes it more fun to be able to do that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And it's just a part of the fun of being an open world game. Eh. Okay. Time to upgrade some Spartan cores. If I can.
I just got level 3 on my grapple shot.
So you have the... 4. Oh, you already got it fully upgraded?
Is it level... I don't know if it's level 3 or level 4. I think there are 5 levels, right?
Alright, so... well, no, there are 5 levels, you're right. But I consider the base ability that you start out with is just like the base, and then the 4 upgrades after that as the levels, if you will. So, like, you're right, there are 5...
okay, I got you.
There are 5 boxes to check, but I consider the upgrades start at the first one you can actually upgrade.
So then
yeah.
I'm at level 3.
So you have the grapple slam thing now.
Yeah.
Definitely one worth getting. But I think I'm going to prioritize getting the shield core upgraded.
Oh my goodness, oh my goodness, oh my goodness, oh my goodness.
Something
Why?
Going.
This is some...
Oh
my god!
It appears
Dude,
something...
They just dropped 20 million suicide grunts on me. Bro, what? Like, relax. Relax. Oh my goodness.
Oh lord.
Jesus Christ.
It's always this panic-inducing moment when a whole army of suicide squads. Suicide grunts get called down to dome you immediately.
Yeah,
as
just
for
dropped like 2 of those raging banshee or thingy people, like that just run at you.
Oh, the brutes, like the berserking brutes.
Yeah, berserking brutes. I don't know why I said banshees.
Probably because they act like screaming banshees, badum-tish.
Good one.
Okay, but yeah, I prioritize my priority for this game is going to be probably to upgrade the shield core because I want to be able to withstand as many hits as possible.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Which I get is the boring way to do it because like basically everyone I've ever seen play this game in like streams or whatever, they've all prioritized getting the grapple shot first, just because you know it's fun to be able to grapple slam people. But on Legendary specifically, I want my shield to be as strong as it possibly can be. Because I think that by the time you get all the upgrades, you can essentially double your shield strength, which is extremely useful.
Yeah.
Alright. Last of the silos I need to pop. Don't miss the rocket. Got it. Okay, cool. And now it's time for the repair base. Have I got a pulse carbine for me? Sure do. Thanks. Yeah. And as for the whole Halo TV show thing, I can understand to some extent mechanically, like obviously Steve Downes isn't physically, because like he's getting older, so I guess physically it makes less sense for him to be able to play the role. But on the other end of the spectrum, Master Chief has historically not really shown his face, which kind of makes him a vessel for the player's character in that sort of way that you can envision yourself as the Chief. So they didn't have to show his face, but they made the choice to do so, which I guess is contributing to why Steve Downes can't reprise the role. But again, it's just a big factor in that character. I genuinely just don't think Pablo Schreiber has the... It's kind of... Same thing with Buzz Lightyear, actually. Have you seen any of the trailers for the new Lightyear movie that's going to come out?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on Chris Evans playing Buzz Lightyear?
A very odd choice.
Yeah, that was my thoughts as well, because Chris Evans, as I'm sure, I don't think you're going to find many people who will disagree that Chris Evans is clearly a talented actor, but when you think of Buzz Lightyear, I don't think of Chris Evans.
Yeah.
Oh god, Invisible Sword Elite! Jesus Christ. Stop, stop, stop. Okay. I just got reamed by an invisible sword elite. That was not ideal. So it's the same thing there as is the case with Pablo Schreiber playing the Master Chief. He's not the right guy for the job. But you know, I'll go into it with an open mind. I'm gonna hope it's good because I'd love a TV show based on Halo to be great. It's just that my faith in it being great is less than stellar. Also, they've already been renewed for a second season before the first episodes even come out. Which is strange. Jesus, man. Okay.
I just got stuck. That's fun.
I just got sorted by an invisible sword elite again. I'm starting to think I should have gotten the threat sensor before I did this mission.
Where do you even get the threat sensor?
At Shacklock's tower.
Oh, so you have to start the mission.
Yeah, you have to. I mean, you technically don't even have to fight Shacklock. Technically, you can just go into the tower, get the thing, and then leave. I think. But of course, I mean, at that point, if you're there, you may as well already fight him, kind of thing, since you're that close. All right, where are they? I know they're up there. I hear his footsteps.
Where's this dumb idiot, man? Stupid invisible lead that never shows himself.
Oh, that's a Ravager! Shoot. Okay. So this time I didn't die by an energy sword. I died by Ravager brute that came and rushed me instead. I took too long to find the energy sword guy. Instead, I got ravaged to death. That's nice. Oh, I didn't want to get in the scorpion yet. Oh, shoot. Whew, this is tough. Ow. Up, please and thank you. Where'd the brute? Oh, hi, guys. Elite. Oh, found him. Oh, my God. Jesus Christ, man. They move fast. They move real fast in this. Okay. It's fine. We can do this. We can do this. I just got it because please stop getting in the score. Oh, one thing I forgot to mention. Did you notice how Marine... Well, I guess I just answered my own question. I was going to ask if you noticed this, but then I realized you didn't do any vehicles. Marines can't drive anymore.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Which I guess is technically a plus, because I don't know if you've noticed, but the AI's driving capabilities has not been stellar in the past.
Yeah.
So, you know, there's that. But on the other hand, it was sometimes kind of cool to let them drive and to let you take the lead sometimes. Also, I've kind of come to terms with something recently that I kind of was ambivalent towards, or not ambivalent. Initially, do you remember in middle school one day in homeroom when, I don't know if I can say his name, Samurai, do you know who Samurai was when we were in middle school? Jesus, the sword.
Okay.
He was the Pun Master 3000.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. One day he said that, he told me specifically that oftentimes commentating while playing a game will lower your ability to do both of those things simultaneously. And I was originally, like, he said that kind of pointedly as in to say, like, hey, you're not really great in the game at the games that you play in your channel. But the more I've thought about it, the more I've realized that, no, he was actually spot on accurate with that. I don't know what happened there. Because when you have to dedicate so much of your attention to not only making sure the recording is going well, but also just providing commentary in general for an audience while simultaneously playing the game, it splits your attention in two different directions, and it mitigates, it nullifies how good you can be at either one simultaneously. Because, like, when I'm playing by myself, I see that, I finally saw the elite before he killed me. Stop. Stay away. Finally, okay, I finally killed the freaking sword elite. Of course, I'm not out of this yet, because I still have this guy to deal with. Jesus. Give me that sword, okay. I gotta get out of here. I'm stuck. I got stuck. Damn, I got stuck on the freaking maintenance depot raid laser beam thing. Ah, this is, I wanted to talk about this now because I'm playing very sloppily right now. So it's just, something I always get reminded of, well, not reminded of, but whenever, because when I play offline, I just do so many things that it's like, well, I never could have done this on stream or on a video. just because I would have gotten too caught up in commentating to have been able to have had the coolness, presence of mind to be able to do this in the heat of the moment. Like, even right now, I'm just fumbling all over myself.
Stop.
Oh my god! Okay. Thank Christ, I finally got a checkpoint. I finally got a freaking checkpoint.
What is this? It's another.
Oh my god, I finally did it. I finally
scan these?
Scan what?
The Promethean thingies.
Oh, the foreigner artifacts?
Yeah.
You should be able.
I found one, but it's kind of like scuffed, so I'm going to the next one.
I think you have to stand like in the middle of them.
It's not popping up on my when I press down on the D-pad. It's not popping up on.
Oh, you mean I thought you meant like you couldn't, because what you have to do for those, you have to stand in the middle of the ring and press X to scan the artifact. I thought you meant like you couldn't actually activate the thing, not that it wouldn't show up on your scanner. That's why I got confused.
You have to look for a full circle, I think. The one I'm going to looks more like the one you scan. Uh-oh.
Hey, Brute, you want to come and play? Sure does. I missed that. Oh, wait, there's a Banished audio lag behind me, I think. Yeah, there's one right here. I said, give me that. Thank you. Also, the music in this game is stellar. Absolutely adore the soundtrack in this game. Because that was one thing with Halo 5. It felt, I don't know about you, but I thought Halo 5's soundtrack sounded a lot more generic than it had in the past.
Yeah, 100%.
Didn't really have the sets.
Kind of weird.
I think it's also, I mean, I'm not a music theory guy. I don't study music theory, so I'm not really one to commentate on the finesse of how a piece of music is composed. But it felt like because there was such an overemphasis on string instruments in the soundtrack that it kind of watered down their impact. It's like a lot of the previous Halo games had really great usage of string instruments in the soundtracks, but they weren't literally every single track, but most of Halo 5's was, which kind of watered it down somewhat.
Yeah.
Okay. So now I think now that I've done that, I'm gonna go on a quest to get Spartan cores. Because I've cleared out the ransom keep, but now I need to, I'm gonna focus on upgrade. I think what I want to do is I want to get my Spartan as upgraded as I can before I go to the tower. And I imagine we won't have to, because like I said, I want to keep the episodes around an hour each, so I probably won't be able to start the tower mission in this episode, but probably next time we will be. I'll be able to go to the tower. Take care of that.
Interesting.
Are you still going on your quest around to find Spartan cores, or what progress have you made thus far?
I've defeated both HVTs. I'm going to another squad mission, like on the edge of the map.
Like the far bottom side, like the south side of the map.
The far one. I don't know why it's so far, but
I think they're called Starlight Squad, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's like in a whole other section of the map, essentially. Like, it may as well be completely.
I don't know why it's so far.
Yeah, it is weird to put it all the way down there. Although I will say, that was like when I first played the game, I did kind of a sweep down the map. I went like down and up. I went to the bottom first and loomed my way back up to the top, sort of in a counterclockwise fashion.
Okay.
Which I guess might be similar to what you're doing now. I don't know. Oh dear. Guess we just ran out of ammo. Well, that worked. Also, that's kind of cool. I think the last time I went for the Spartan core, I'm pretty sure I had to open my mouth and talk. I was gonna say I was pretty sure there were elites over here. Guess what happened? I cleared out all the brutes. I was gonna open my mouth and say, hey, I remember there being elites last time I played this, and then an elite just popped out of nowhere and killed me immediately.
Nice.
This is why I don't open my mouth and talk with these things, because the second I say something, I'm just gonna immediately eat my words. Okay, well, if I did it once, I can do it again. If I did it once, I can most certainly do it again. Although, on the subject of, to kind of go back to what we were talking about earlier with video game adaptations, it seems like they're getting better, because there was a point in time where there was just, getting an adaptation of your video game in another medium was just a death sentence. Like the Super Mario Bros. Movie, for instance. But it seems like nowadays, there's a better chance of it being well adapted more often than not. Which is nice to see. Like the Sonic the Hedgehog, have you seen the Sonic movie?
No, I have not.
Oh, I would definitely recommend it. That's probably what I would cite as like the best adaptation of a video game in a movie that I've probably ever seen, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not just saying it as a Sonic fan. I genuinely think that they craft. I mean, it's not flawless. It's definitely not some exceptional, groundbreaking storytelling. But I think it's still a really strong film with a lot of great character work and pacing, which is far more than can be said for the other types of video game movies that you get a lot of the time. Okay. I am now gonna go start rescuing some Marine squads, if I can. I'm interested to see, because I imagine the way the day-night cycle works in this game, I imagine that our times of day will be changing pretty much in sync with each other. Just because I'm pretty sure it operates in the same schedule no matter what, but I'm interested to see, oh god, if there's any change in when the sun sets. Because have you ever felt like sometimes the sun rises or falls too quickly in some instances?
Yeah, sometimes.
Like, it feels like it just changes from night to day randomly, and you kind of missed it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of curious to see how that plays out. I mean, I think for some parts of the story, it's guaranteed to be a certain time of day no matter what. For instance, for the road, when you're, like, charging down the House of Reckoning, I'm pretty sure that's always guaranteed to be a sunset. For the Spire, I'm pretty sure it's always guaranteed to be sunset as well, just to kind of... Because when the sun's setting, it helps to add sort of a photogenic feel to the scenery in the skybox, which I think is why they chose that kind of epic skybox lighting. I'm curious to see how it...
Yeah.
But other than that, the cutscenes, I'm pretty sure, are all dynamic in that they react to whatever time of day it currently is. Also, something important I've learned, at least I think I've learned, I haven't tested it, but I'm pretty sure this is the case. I don't think the squads you're rescuing can die. I think they're literally invincible.
Really?
Because if they weren't invincible and they died while you were trying to rescue them, then you would literally be unable to complete the mission because there wouldn't be any squads to rescue. Now, once you rescue them, like after the mission's complete, I think they can be killed. But while you're in the mission, like fighting off the Covenant the Banished trying to save them, I'm pretty sure they literally cannot die. So something I've learned is that if I just kind of let them fight, they're pretty much guaranteed to survive. Which is helpful. And I believe that's area clear. Maybe? Yep. Carrera squad is saved. I believe there's another one down here. Yep. I'll go grab that real quick. What do I have?
I like the fact that you could TP, like, or fast travel.
Yeah, fast travel makes this so much nicer. Just going around all the... And something else cool is that what happens at the fobs actually stays consistent. So, like, if I leave a Scorpion outside a fob and say, okay, I'll come back to get this later, it'll actually stay there when I come back later.
Oh, really?
Which is really, really cool. And very helpful. Okay. I'm gonna upgrade this. And warp back to Ransom Keep. If I can. That is a very nice feature that they added in. Alright. Oh, I forgot that there was a Phantom that was gonna drop off here. I might have... So I grabbed the rocket launcher and a sniper rifle from one of the nearby weapon caches. Didn't realize that we're going to spawn in... A Phantom was going to drop off some enemies. I'm going to try to do this. Well, there goes that. I was going to do this stealthily. Not anymore. Stealth has gone out the window. Because they know I'm here. Okay, let's just get to the Scorpion. If the Scorpion's still here. Oh no. Oh no. Ooh, that was kind of my whole plan, was to take the Scorpion. Uh-oh.
No, I screwed that up so...
What happened?
I screwed that up really bad. I did everything perfect, and then I screwed up like that. Really?
What do you... Or are you trying to rescue Starlight Squad right now?
No, three of these stupid things dropped on me again. The berserking thingies.
Oh.
Jesus, man.
The best advice I have for that is just to try to get as much high ground as possible to get above them.
Yeah, I kind of did that, but I kind of also did.
I mean, the best way to deal with them...
The last Spartan cores in the mission, right?
Yeah, so there's two Spartan cores. There's one at the bottom of the tower, and there's one inside the tower. So if you have 6 of 8 Spartan cores, then you're clear.
Then that means I'm missing one. Wait, which one am I missing?
There's one at the top of the map near Briglard.
Oh, there's one. Oh, there's one.
Oh, there's one in Ransom Keep too. Ransom Keep. Sorry, I forgot that one.
Okay.
I forgot to mention that one.
Confused. Yeah, you're good. You're good.
Ooh, I can only... Okay, don't have the Warthog yet. Only have the Razorback. Alright. A little of this. Why not? Give this to you, and I'll take that for myself. Okay, this Marine's just planking on the floor. Don't know what he's up to. Alright, Marine, let's go on a mission. Let's go on a mission to go... so I'm gonna do what you did first now. I'm gonna go take back Fob Foxtrot for myself. Because I started with Ransom Keep, and then I just kind of got the Spartan cores around the area, and now I'm going over to Fob Foxtrot.
Okay.
And we're coming up on an hour.
I'll probably do Ransom Keep next. I think
Alright, so
the next thing on my list.
So I think what we'll say, what we'll say now is that we'll probably do after you beat Ransom Keep. I think we'll call the video there.
Okay.
That'll be like a good first episode, I think.
Second episode.
Sorry, yeah, my brain is fried after this week. I can't even think straight.
Yeah, you're good.
All right. Propaganda Tower
yeah,
destroyed.
I was feeling so out of it on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then Thursday I just felt better. So I don't know what I did, but I just felt better on Thursday. So.
Yeah, we all have our down days where sometimes we just feel out of it somewhat. I guess I just have some games I play to kind of get me in a better mood. Like Tetris, Puyo Puyo Tetris and Mario Kart are two things I can always pop on. Because Halo can be stressful at times just because it's so fast-paced and hectic. But stuff like Puyo Puyo Tetris and Mario Kart is always just an excuse to kind of kick back and have a good time.
Wait, so did you say Mario Kart? Absolutely not. This game is so competitive.
Well, I guess,
bro,
like...
You'd be in first place, and then all of a sudden 50 blue shells, 20 lightnings, and 5 ghosts, like, just spawn in for the guys, like, in the back. And then 20 bullet bills just pass you, and it's like, okay, that's nice.
Online can certainly be competitive, but whenever I just play against, like, computers, I find it to be a very relaxing experience.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But yeah, so it feels like whenever you play online, a lot of it boils down to random who gets the better items. Because, like, sometimes you'll be cruising in first place, and sometimes, like you said, you'll just get dumped on by literally every single negative item that could ever possibly exist in a game. Which is always sad to see. Is there a bridge somewhere I'm just not privy to? Hi, Elite.
Yeah,
I'm bad with... Oh no! I lost my Marine.
Is there anything nice here? Oh, there is something. That's good that I checked for that.
I lost my Marine with a rocket launcher. But he put up a good fight. I called in a mongoose from the fob and I just gave him a rocket launcher. And he made good use of it while he was alive. He just didn't last all that long.
That's how it normally goes. With the damn Marines, man.
Okay. I will say this. So the way the Marines are programmed in this game is that they are guaranteed to always follow you out of your vehicle no matter what. Like, whenever you get out of a vehicle, they will always come with you. And inversely, whenever you jump back into the vehicle, they will always jump back in. Which is nice, because something I'm sure you remember from Halo Reach specifically, trying to get Cat in the Warthog turret and trying to get the Marine in the side seat. Because, like, Marine, you're in the wrong seat. Please get in the seat I want you to get into. Was always a pain. So it's really nice that they kind of basically... And I even think there's a bit of prioritization. Because I've always... Whenever I'm trying to get the Marine in the Warthog, like in the side seat, I always try to... Like, if one of them has a rocket launcher, one has a battle rifle, the one with the rocket launcher almost always gets into the side seat. So it seems like there's a bit of enemy prioritization in terms of, like, which one is programmed to get into the side seat. Which is cool. But the inverse of that is that when it comes to following you out of vehicles, sometimes I just want to get out of the vehicle real quick to, like, scope out an area or something. But then I want to get right back in and drive the vehicle in. But sometimes they'll get out. Or, what's a specific instance of this, actually, is whenever I have to do, like, whenever you go take down a Banished Outpost or something like that, oftentimes what you have to do is you have to raise the gates before you can take any vehicles inside. But, which means you have to get out of your vehicle to do that. But when you get out of your vehicle, the Marines will also get out of the vehicles. And so you have to, it's like a race to get back to the thing before they go wander off on their own. So, it's a blessing and a curse kind of thing.
Gotcha. Stop. So annoying. No! And pulse grenade. This stupid grunts with the pulse grenades, man. They're
Plasma
so
grenades,
annoying. What?
Plasma grenades, I assume?
Yeah.
Yeah. The pulse grenade, that was a Promethean thing, which,
So frustrating.
I'm just glad there's no more teleporting enemies. I'm glad we can say goodbye to the days of the soldiers. I think the soldiers might... Actually, what annoyed you more, soldiers or watchers?
What are soldiers and what are watchers?
So soldiers are the basic standard enemy types that just teleport all over the map. But watchers are the floating things with two giant wheels that would revive enemies and act like give shields to them and throw grenades back at you.
Like, can you explain them again?
Sure. So soldiers, think of them as just constantly zipping all around the map at the speed of sound, and they never stand still long enough to shoot them at all. Whereas watchers are they're the flying enemies with two giant wheels on the left and right side of their body. They'll put up shields for enemies. They will if you throw a grenade in their general direction, they'll catch the grenade and throw it back at you. And then they'll also revive enemies. And something specifically in Halo 4 is that if whenever they shot a beam out of their face, they would like spawn in a turret. Remember that?
Okay, yeah. The watchers,
yeah.
I know what you're talking about. It's like the drone-looking thingies.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's a good way to describe it.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I would probably say that I'm more happy the watchers are gone because it basically homogenized the thing to the experience to where you always. To take out anything other than the watcher first, what would be to play suboptimally, because grenades are neutered by that thing, because it would always catch them and throw them back at you. So it's kind of just an absolute guarantee you have to do that every single time.
Yeah.
Where soldiers, like, sure, it's annoying that soldiers teleport, but at least you can still shoot them once the watchers are down. I will say, though, skimmers in this game have gotten on my nerves to somewhat. You know the skimmers from, Yeah. They kind of just feel like reskinned drones, to some extent. But they also seem... Because a lot of them will carry shock weapons, and shock damage in this game will absolutely wreck you.
Yeah.
Okay. I think...
This is a bad idea. That was a really bad idea. I did not notice there were two explodable crates right next to me.
Oh, the fusion coil. That's... There's a frustrating risk versus reward with those coils, because if you can throw them, they're great. But the problem is that because they can shoot them out of your hand, it'll oftentimes get you killed in the process.
Yeah. And I just fully upgraded my grapple shot, so... I just, like, shockwave, like, 20 million things next to me.
Oh, dear God almighty, that's a phantom. That is a phantom. Okay, well. Okay, good news. My Marine shot down the rocket launcher, or sorry, shot down the phantom with her rocket launcher. Bad news, my mongoose just got blown up, so rip that dream. Okay. Yes, Marine. Oh, that's okay.
What the hell was that?
What happened?
Oh my, dude! I locked onto this elite, and instead of killing him, it flung him through some stupid thing. Dude, where did my checkpoint go? Okay, good. Is this a good checkpoint? I think it is.
I am looking
really weird.
I am looking forward to seeing your footage, because I'll be able to see what your footage looks like and just kind of see all that went down on your end of things.
Yeah.
Which will be cool to see. Because we've never done this before. I mean, I've done this before. For those of you who are new to the channel, a couple years ago, I think it was 2016 when I did this. I collaborated with a YouTuber called Wookie Warrior 04, who I don't think is making videos anymore, unfortunately. Oh my god! Okay, I just almost got absolutely rinsed because I was opening an armor locker, and then there was just a plasma grenade that just fell by my feet because it was apparently a grunt to my right that I just did not see because I'm blind as a bat. So that was almost terrible. But yeah, we used to do a thing where we would play through Minecraft adventure maps, and he would send me his footage when we were done recording so that I could flip back and forth between our footage to see what both our perspectives looked like, which is cool. So I've done this before, but never on this scale, and the two of us together have never done it before, so it'll be cool to see how this goes. Please destroy the propaganda tower. Really? Really? Thank you. Okay. It took 2 plasma grenades. I swear, the frame you have in order to actually hit the propaganda tower is very, very small.
Yeah.
Like, if you don't hit it in that narrow window, it just does no damage whatsoever. Eh. Oh, no. That's a lot of explosions. That is a lot of explosions. Also, I feel like the plasma pistol in this game is just absolutely useless. I've never used it. Except to try it once in, like, the tech demo over the summer, and then never again after that point. I don't know what it is about this game's iteration of the plasma pistol, but it seems so worthless compared to how it used to be. Also, I know you don't use vehicles, but in case you ever decide to call in a Razorback, here's my pro tip. Never, you can do this, but I strongly advise against attaching fusion coils to the back of the vehicle. Because what's happened to me is that enemies, like, they would shoot the coils out of the back of the vehicle, and that would blow up my vehicle as a result.
Oh, okay.
So...
Okay, I'm just getting hammered by, like, 20 million different flying... That's what I always hated about Halo, was the flying drop ships.
Phantoms?
Because they always have... Yeah, the Phantoms. They always have something... This was a bad idea. Oh, never mind. That worked out well. Because they always have a grunt or something, and they have turrets, so it's like, even if you kill the grunt, it's kind of useless, because they have turrets.
I definitely get where you're coming from.
You.
That said, the actual base turrets on the Phantom fire significantly slower than the plasma turret, so if you can kill the plasma turret, that makes them easier to dodge.
Oh, okay.
That's my advice to you. And in case anyone's gonna comment, like, why are you giving advice? Aren't you competing? It's like, well, yes, but, I mean, it's more of a friendly competition than anything, and I'm more than happy to give tips, and I assume vice versa, because it's not like we're competing for a prize pool of $1 million or anything like that. It's just a friendly little thing we're doing. So I have no compunctions about sharing, especially in regards to, like, boss strategies, because the bosses are really hard in this game. So I have no compunctions about doing that. Okay, I think I'm ready.
Okay, I'm almost done. I just destroyed all 4 of the thingies. I just have to go
do the two maintenance repair bays.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't make the same mistake I did, because if you actually, if you take the Scorpion immediately, you'll still have it. But but because I didn't get it, I didn't take it immediately, so it despawned when because my plan was gonna be, because the terrain around the Spartan core to the southeast of the map is kind of rocky, so it doesn't really work well for a Scorpion, but the road leading up to Fob Foxtrot is very clean and smooth, so I was gonna wait until I got the Spartan core to come back to Ransom Keep and get it, but when I went back there to get it, it despawned, so kind of threw my plan out the window. Anyway, I'm en route to Briglard right now to go take out that HVT.
Dude, the stupid Phantom is so annoying, man. Oh my goodness. Okay. Cool.
Excavate, yeah. There's a Phantom in excavation site that just pissed me off so much. Because it spawned in.
I need to hide. I literally need to hide. Like, this Phantom is like too OP.
Yeah, my go-to strategy, strategy in quotation marks, is just to hide, get in a building, and just hunker down until the Phantom decides to finally piss off. So I don't have to worry about it. Unless I have like a rocket launcher or something that I can just
missed.
Shoot it down.
Oh no, I missed. Oh god.
That's one thing that works out nicely, is that if you manage to shoot the Phantom before it can drop off its teammates, it'll kill everything inside the Phantom, obviously, before it lands. Which is great.
Jesus Christ, that was almost really bad.
Alright, break. Oh, no. That's a skewer.
Stuff.
Nope. Can't hit me. My strafe skills are too good for you. It's always very jarring when the weapon always describes the HVTs as like the most deadly things in the world, and you bring a rocket launcher and they die in one shot.
Which HVT are you on?
The grunt at the top of the map, Briglard.
Oh, okay.
I just brought a rocket launcher.
That one's pretty easy.
Yeah, because he's just
you
a
just
grunt.
have to make sure to kill the skewer guy.
The harder ones are the two, like the hunters and the brutes. It also depends on the weapon they have. Specifically, there's one at the top of the map. I think he's called Inca Saham or something like that, who has a rapid-fire pulse carbine, which just shreds your shield down to nothing. He's also guarded by a crap ton of vehicles.
Okay. I should just... Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Never mind. Okay, that's odd.
Stay away from me, Mr. Skewer. And... I think I win. Cool. I'll take that skewer, though. The harder one is the guy, the sword elite at the bottom of the map. I think he's called, what's it, like, Oro Vagadoon or something?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the harder one, because I think I'm gonna wait to do it until after I get the threat sensor, honestly, so I can be able to see...
There's an invisible elite, but it told me I completed the mission. Why, dude? I'm sorry for interrupting you.
Oh, that's fine. What was I saying? Oh yeah, the sword elite. I'm gonna wait until I get the threat sensor from Chaklock's tower to do that one. I think that's gonna be my plan. Okay, so we're at about an hour. You said you beat Ransom Keep?
Let me kill this invisible elite, and then we can end. Because this guy's pissed me off.
In that case, I'll round up my Marines and the Razorback, and then we'll wrap things up since we're both still. Where did I leave my Razorback exactly? Oh, it's over there. Okay. The Marines, like, even if you get really far away from the Marines, they'll still follow you for a while. So long as they can find a way down to you, they will. Even if they have to climb the tallest mountain, they will find a way to get to you, which I really like. I don't have to worry about. And also the fact that scanning reveals, like, it highlights all your Marines that are a part of your squad. Is very helpful for me to be able to find where they've run off to. Oh, don't flip, please. God damn it. Oh, okay. What happened?
Nothing. The invisible elite's just kind of really annoying.
I see.
Where'd he go? Oh my god.
Is it the same guy that killed me over and over again? Not that you'd be able to watch my footage, but...
Which one? Is he inside or outside?
He was inside.
Yeah, it's the same one then. I think I killed him. He's gonna give me a checkpoint. Oh yeah, I killed him. We can end.
Alright, so I will... I just got a checkpoint too, so I can end it right here. Okay. So, that'll be it for now. We made some good progress. I think we both cleared out basically the whole island. You did the HVT at the bottom of the map. I did not. I'm gonna save him for after I get the threats. But otherwise, I'm pretty sure we're also pretty even here.
Yeah.
So my next thing is gonna be to go to the tower and take on Shacklock. I imagine you're probably gonna do the same thing.
Yeah, probably the same thing.
Yeah, so we'll do that next time, but we'll leave things here for now. So, that'll be it for now. Thank you all for watching. Stay tuned for next time. I hope to catch you all then. This has been a GamingMagic13
And GroupUnicorn71.
and hope to see you all soon for the next episode of Halo Infinite Versus. Goodbye.